In 2012, a NASA-funded researcher at the University of Iowa named Jack Scudder observed a mysterious phenomenon. When the magnetic field of the Earth connected to the magnetic field of the Sun, a portal to the unknown was created between them. Scudder named these phenomenon X-points. Intrigued by Scudder's theory, NASA flew a robotic spacecraft into one of these magnetic holes. This probe revealed that the X-point had the potential to transport objects directly to the Sun's atmosphere, some 93 million miles away. As exciting as this discovery was, since it had the ability to change known physics and to open up possibilities on a better understanding of how our universe works, the scientific communities remained divided. And deeper probes of X-points have proved challenging. They are unstable, largely invisible, and their behavior is difficult to predict. But what if there are signposts that could help scientists locate X-points on demand? And is it possible these signposts were used thousands of years ago?
Among ancient traditions, there are many stories of places, physical locations on the earth, where a human, under certain conditions, at certain times of the year, and under certain cosmological conditions, can actually walk from this world into another world. They're called stargates. And the idea of a stargate right now is not as far-fetched as it might sound.
Stargates work through what we call the cosmic web. It is a connection between every star and every galaxy in the universe. As these planets rotate, they have nodes on a grid system on the planet, and you will have stargates that will appear when everything happens just right. A stargate will open up, and a person or a being is able to travel through that stargate, and then you enter the cosmic web and basically travel through the sun and through the universe through these electromagnetic filaments.
It appears that there are stargates that really work, and when so many different insiders all tell me the same stuff, I'm very compelled by that. We do now know that there are magnetic flux tubes connecting all of the different stars together. There's plasma that flows through that. We do know that Earth has this very strange relationship with the sun, where approximately every 8 minutes there is a flux tube that forms, and that is actually when solar particle emissions from the sun come to Earth. The solar particles don't always hit us. It's when this plasma tube opens up that we get all these streams and showers of particles, highly charged energetic material coming from the sun. So the science is there. The science is very solid that stargates could very well exist, and that these other weird doorways carved into stone are living examples that we can still see of a forgotten technology that was one time a very useful part of those societies.
If these ancient depictions of stargates can be explained by modern-day science, is it possible they are in use today or were in use thousands of years ago?
A lot of these areas that the military will lock down basically are nodes in this cosmic web stargate system. These are places that the military want locked down because they don't want you to see what's coming and going through these gates.
Je pense que le territoire irakien comporte de nombreuses portes stellaires.
I believe there are many stellar gateways on the Iraqi territory. Gods could travel through stellar gates like the ones that we see in Stargate. I think this is the reason behind the problems that occur there.
Irak, parce qu'on sait très bien qu'aujourd'hui, malheureusement, toutes les recherches.
Indeed, we know very well that today, most archaeological studies all over Iraq have come to a halt.
Alors, une fois de plus, là, on sort un peu du contexte.
Maybe we could find something. The day when it is actually possible to conduct excavations again in Iraq. Once again, we are far from scientific proof. Why would the military, or even the Americans, focus on this particular spot? Are they using stellar portals?
J'en avais longuement discuté avec Jerry Zeiss.
I had a long conversation with Gary Zeitling about this before he passed.
Maintenant, on peut pas le prouver. Bon, maintenant, il faut savoir que Jerry...
There were things he knew that he didn't tell me. His wife had worked for the American Secret Services, and he worked on the SETI project for a long time. He also collaborated a little with NASA.
Mais le fait qu'ils se focalisent autant et qu'ils...
But the fact that they got involved in and supported my work so much over several years makes me believe there is some truth to it, or, at least, that they had access to information which coincided with what I had translated.
Anton Park's research on the Sumerian cuneiforms not only attracted the attention of those in curious fields, but it also opened new doors at looking at older evidence.
The basis of our modern scholarship on Sumer comes out of the library of King Assurbanipal that was found in Nineveh. And in this area, there were